Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hassan Salim and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and I practice here in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, the land of living skies. Now, first of all, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, this would be the perfect time to do so you don't miss out on any future video that I post on this wonderful channel. Also, if you are on social media accounts like Facebook or Instagram, you can also find me there. I will share the details of my social media accounts in the description box below of this video, and I will also try to share the account information throughout the length of this video. Now, in this video, we will be talking about the Parents and Grandparents Sponsorship Program, which we all know will be starting soon this month. And if you are interested to know more about this program, how you can apply, or what kind of documents you would need, watch this video till the very end. We will go in length and detail to talk about this amazing programs that reunites families from all around the world in Canada. So do not miss this video till the very end. We will get started right away. Welcome back. Now, the most important question I know everyone has on their mind is that, are they eligible to apply for this program now? Well, the answer is, if you have not, I repeat, if you have not submitted an interest to sponsor your parents or grandparents in 2020, that is almost 3 years back, you did not submit an interest, you are not eligible this year. By eligible, I mean you would not get the invite because the invites are being taken out of the pool which was started in 2020. The people who got the invites in 2021 and 2022 were from the same pool which was initially started in 2020. So the same rule applies this year for 2023 as well. If you had applied in 2020, you had provided the submit interest to sponsor, that is you wanted to apply for your parents and grandparents in 2020, you might receive an ITA this year. You can still choose for the Supervisa program or the visit visa for your parents to come here to Canada. But this program for 2023 is only for the people who had already submitted the interest in 2020. I know it's a little confusing for some people because I know I've been getting a lot of questions if they or anyone can start collecting documents for their parents, and what kind of documents they would need, and when will the interest to sponsor start. Actually, it won't start. It has already been done in 2020. Only a few lucky people will be receiving the invite this year who had already submitted the interest in 2020. So how many applications will get accepted? Now, Canada AIMS or IRCC has told us that they would be accepting around 15,000 complete applications. So they would be sending more invites to people starting October 10th till October 24th. In those 2 weeks, they will be sending invites to all those email addresses. The lucky email addresses who were interested to sponsor their parents. And out of those 24,000 or 22,000 applications, or the invites that would be going out, only 15,000 complete applications will be accepted for this year's quota. So let's talk about the documents which are required in order to submit the application for Parents and Grandparents Sponsorship Program. Now, starting with the most basic one first, obviously, if you're applying for your father and mother, they need to have a valid passport for you to submit the application, because it is one of the most important requirement that the person you're sponsoring needs to have a passport. And then the second thing you would want to prove is obviously your relationship with your parents. And how do you do that? A birth certificate, because a birth certificate is a document which shows your relationship with your father and mother. So that would be another important document that you would need. Now, obviously, another very important document is the marriage certificate that will prove or show the relationship between your father and mother, that they are married. So marriage certificate would be another one. Now, if one of your parent has passed away and you're applying for one of your parent in this program, you need to also have a death certificate of one of your parent that has passed away. So remember that, or make sure you have all those documents handy before you submit your application, so you don't run into hurdles, because it can take some time in order to get a document which you might not have. That you would need from your parents would be their resumes. So if you are applying for your father and mother, both the parents, then obviously you would need the resume for both of them. Even if one of the person hasn't worked too much or has worked long time back, you still need to have a resume which should show their previous work experiences or their education. The CV doesn't have any specific format. It just needs to have all that information, and that is definitely requirement of the parents and grandparents sponsorship program. Now, one more thing you need to make sure is you really need to know your family size. We will be talking about it in detail in a few minutes, but family size is really important. And how do we calculate family size? I will let you know about that as well. So one thing that is required from your side would be the PR card or the citizenship certificate, because you can only apply for your parent sponsorship if you are a PR of Canada or you are a Canadian citizen. So if you are a PR, you need to show the front and back of your PR card. If you are a citizen, you need to attach the citizenship certificate to prove that you are a Canadian citizen in this wonderful country. Is one of the forms that you would be filling up would be the IMM 5768, which is basically the financial evaluation form. Now remember that this is one of the most important document that you would be submitting in your application, because this will basically tell IRCC that if you are eligible to apply or not. Because one of the most basic or the most important criteria, in fact, would be the financial evaluation. As you all know, you need to show the previous 3 years financial situation of you, or if you have a co-sponsor, that is your spouse, you need to have that income for the last previous 3 years, depending on the family size, enough or more than what is required in order to apply for your parents. Now, family size can be different. If you are a single person, you are applying for your parents, and obviously the family size is 3. If you are a husband and wife and you have 2 kids, and then you're applying for your 2 parents, that is your father and mother, then that makes your family size to be 6. Remember that if you have already applied for someone else in the past, or if there is any application for sponsorship still going on which you haven't received the result yet, let's say you are a single person but you recently got married, you have a spouse application in process, and then you want to apply for your parents, the size of the family would be 4 in this case, despite the fact the answer or the PR of your spouse is not here yet. But since you have that application going on, your family size becomes 4. So this is really important. So IMM 5768 is one of the most important forms that you would need to fill out. It also gives you 2 options. You can either give your SIN number or the access to your SIN to the CRA, so they can look into your account for the previous 3 years and do the work themselves. If you don't want to give the access, or you don't want to provide your SIN number to in the application to IRCC, then you would need to fill up a separate form, which is IMM 5748, which will ask you a lot of questions related to your employment, related to your financial situation, or the situation of finances for your spouse. And you would need to fill out all that form in order to provide all the information that is being requested. But what I would suggest to you is, if you have nothing to hide, just give the access to IRCC. So make sure you do that on IMM 5768. And another thing that you would need to submit is your previous travels, in fact not yours, in fact your parents' previous travels. So if they have ever traveled after the age of 18 to any parts of the world for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, you do have to mention that. And also do not forget, if your parents ever got a rejection of any country, not just Canada, you have to mention that as well in your application, because if you miss out on such important things, that you were rejected a visa previously, maybe for Canada, let's say you applied for your parents for a visit visa and it was rejected, or they applied for, let's say, a work permit for Australia some years back and it was rejected, make sure you do mention that, because if you do not, then you can receive a misrepresentation ban for 5 years, and you don't want to do that. Two things you would need down the road, and those two things are the medicals. So you are not supposed to do any upfront medicals. You would be asked to do so later in the process of this program. And also, you would be required to submit the police certificate for any country you have visited more than 6 months after the age of 18. By you, I mean your parents. Some of the other forms that you would need to submit are obviously the generic application form, IMM 0008, IMM 5406, which is the additional family information, in which you need to write down the applicant's family information, that is their parents and their siblings. And then you also have to provide the IMM 5669, that is the Schedule A, or the background declaration of the applicant and their spouse individually. If you are doing it on the portal, which you are supposed to do on the portal, it will guide you. There are some forms which are completely digital, so you don't have to work on the PDF files. The processing time. Now, the processing time for this kind of application is 23 months as per the Canadian website as of today. It can change. It might get less or it might get more. No one knows. But for today, or for now, the application processing time is 23 months. Do not lose patience. It's a long process. 23 months are almost 2 years. So once you submit your application, stay calm, stay hopeful. Just make sure you don't make any mistakes. If you don't think you would be able to do it yourself, reach out to a licensed immigration consultant so they can help you out and make sure they prepare the case that is completely strong and they have everything that is required by IRCC. You can reach out to me if you need any information, or if you would like me to follow the case for you. I'll be more than happy to assist. If you would like to have a paid consultation, I can also manage some time and we can schedule a paid consultation session. So this is all from me in this video. I'll be making more videos on not just this topic, but obviously on lots of other immigration streams that are going on. If you have any question, or if you want to know more about any other program, reach out to me, have a paid consultation, or ask me to make a video on that specific topic, and I will try my level best to create a video as soon as I can and give you the information that you are looking for. My name is Hassan Salim, signing off for today. Have a good one and best of luck.